Alright, welcome back. So today I'm just going to talk about audio and a little bit more about audio. Now, the reason why we're going to talk about audio is because it's a whole big thing. Now, if you go into the Unigine developer and you just press sound, we do have a video tutorial, which is like an 18-minute video that explains what sound actually is using all the main effects of sound. Now, I'm not going to go through all that. I'm just going to talk about the main ones that we or as anybody would use, and we're going to be talking about let's see. So now I have a sound here, and if I were to play it, it sounds like a boom hit. Alright, now the other one just sounds like a little music thing going on. So we're going to be incorporating it into different areas and stuff, and just trying to figure out how to do things. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is actually add a sound. So let's just create something and just go into sound. So right click, create sound, and then we have two choices. We have source and reverberation zone. Source is where the sound's going to come from. Reverberation zone or reverb zone is basically trying to say that area has a special sound system in it. So we're going to go into source. Alright, and we're just going to click it somewhere here. Alright, I'm going to pull it up, and I'm just going to, let's just pull it right here, up in the middle of the air. And as you can see, we have this little, what do we call, spherical area where the sound's being played on. Now, if we create a sound, we already have a default sound being played, and it's being played in here. The reason why we don't hear it is because we're not in the sound, and we have a few settings on here. So I can change and update a few settings. Now, there's more in detail inside this video tutorial, but just going over quick. Minimum distance means the smallest amount of distance, where if you get inside the circle, it's maximum volume. The maximum distance is the least, or like the sound dies out until it gets to the max amount, and then you can't hear it ever again. Now, right now we have the song being played, but we can't hear it. We also have two options here, which is play on enable and restart on enable. So this talks about pressing stop and play, whether it restarts or not. So right now we have it empty. Let's just press play. So as you can see, as we get in, we can hear the sound coming or lowering and gaining as we get closer to the middle. Now, the other thing we can also see is that the sound is spatial. So if I were to just click and just drag it, you can slowly hear it coming from the different side of the ear. Like you can basically close your eyes and actually hear it from all sides of the world, or having that 3D spatial sound design that it has. So we have the basics done. Now we also have other stuff like the gain, making it more louder, the pitch, which ruins it, and then the adaptation and all that. You can always go into it and check what it is. I'm not going to go too much into this. The inner angles and outer angles are basically whether the sound's all over the place or whether it's like focused into like a microphone type thing. So if I were to do this, right, and then do this, then the sound's only going to be inside this area, as you can see, like a speaker. But anyways, as we stopped it, we can put it on loop, and then the song would go on over and over. So I'm just gonna keep it into 180 to 180. So now that we have this, if we were to stop it and press play now, it's gonna continue from where we were. But if we were to press restart, it's gonna restart. So anyways, let's change it to one of the sounds that we just got. So I'm gonna put it this sound, and now we have this little sound inside here. Now if it's too loud, we can always lower it. Okay, good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add it right inside this area, so that when we come inside, we can hear it in here while we're moving around. Now we also have other things like occlusion. Let me lower this on. Okay, so we also have something like occlusion. So like if you were inside here, you're supposed to be hearing less of it, right? So we can do that, but first, what else we're going to do is we are going to make a sound source that's more of, you could say, an infinite, I guess. So now that we actually have the sound, which is being played in one area, let's change it to this sound. Just a small little sound, and we're just gonna make the size a little bit small so we can just hear like a little area. Now let's say we needed another sound, so let's just create another one, and this one we're gonna put it in the same spot. So we just copy the position and paste the position. But for this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this infinite. So now the sound is all over the world. So no matter where you go, it's a static sound. So that's how you make background music type sound. So if I were to just play it and just put this guy, and then also lower the gains. So now that we're here, and then we go inside here, you can hear both sounds. Right? So there's the boom sound, and there's just that sound. Now if we just have another sound instead, why do I always click that one? Let's see, I don't know. Let's just use one of these traffic and vehicles. Looks cool. Okay, so for this sound, let's just use the interior of a bus. Alright, I just think that was extra. And then we just stop both these sounds. And then it says play on enable. So now that we just press start, now that we're here, we can hear the sound everywhere because it is, what do we call background music, right? We're all over the place. It's coming just like that. If I had music like Mario's or something, I would have definitely put it. But anyways, let's go inside the area, and you can actually hear the bus, or like whatever the sound was. I guess that was a bit too much. So let's just mute the one that's full, and then we can keep this. And I think it's better if we can have like an object. So we'll just create a primitive box, whatever. Just zero it out. Alright, so now we have a sound. Oopsies. We got this sound right here. I'm gonna make sure this thing doesn't have any collision. So just like that. I hope it works. But let's make this cube smaller. Okay. And now let's check it out. So now we look here, there's a little cube, we go inside, and now we can hear the sound that's coming from it. So if we just take a left, the sound's coming from behind us, to our right, to in front of us. But yeah, so now that we have this, we kind of understand how sound works inside our Unigine. So with that, I am just going to leave you on this, and yeah, next episode is definitely going to be about how to implement this VI API. Right, it's a lot easier with API. But anyways, we're gonna stop it right here, and I will see you guys next time. Alright?